welcome to Monday Night Outdoor Yoga. So thank you for showing up on time. Hello everybody, new faces, familiar faces, I appreciate them all. So my name is Amber, and just as a reminder, just make sure that you have enough space around you to feel comfortable. I want everybody to be safe and comfortable during my class. If anything at all hurts during class, if I am up here talking about a particular move that hurts your body or causes you any sharp pains, back out of it today and just kind of rest and be aware that that might be a move that you don't do tonight. So take care of yourself. You're the expert of your body. I'll be up here talking, and you can follow along with all the moves or some of the moves. It's up to you. So tonight we're going to do a 60-minute class, and we're going to start with a breathing exercise. And then we'll go into some stretches and a different kind of vinyasa flow series tonight. And then we'll end the class by going down to the mat and just kind of cooling down with some sitting relaxation poses. And then at the end, Shavasana, where we just rest and try to focus on our breathing again. So I'm going to start tonight's class with a quote. This is by a very famous man in the world of yoga, Iyengar. He said, "Yoga allows you to rediscover a sense of wholeness in your life, where you do not feel like you are constantly trying to fit broken pieces together." And I don't know about you, but sometimes I do sometimes feel like I'm just like putting out the fires, containing the chaos, and sometimes feeling whole is a feeling that I don't have consistently. But with yoga, they try to definitely pair the breath with movement. They try to create a sense of pride through movement also. So tonight, I'll kind of emphasize that through our class. I'll just recognize the strength in your whole body. Recognize the breath, maybe the oxygen flowing through your whole body. And that's something that I know for me, I have to mentally force myself to think about sometimes, instead of thinking about this hurts, that hurts, this is annoying, that's annoying, whatever. So I'm going to have everybody stand up for me today, and we're going to start the class, and I'll start some music. All right. So the very first thing, we're going to spread our feet out a little bit further than hips width apart. And then, like always, spread your toes out wide. And then we're going to start rocking once again. So trying to find that balance point where we're not tipping forward and we're not feeling like we fall backwards. Pay attention to any sticks or twigs underneath you. Remove them or move your body so that you can feel comfortable. And once you get to a certain point, let's go ahead and ground down the heel and ground down the ball of our foot. And then we're going to take our hands and place them on our belly. So the very first thing that we'll practice tonight is called breath of fire. It's a breath that you can practice to get the carbon dioxide out of your body quickly and force your body to breathe in a lot of good, fresh oxygen. So if you've never heard of breath of fire before, I'm going to demonstrate it, and then we're going to do two sets of 20. So breath of fire, typically, it's a big exhale, so you go, and you can feel your belly sinking in and your diaphragm coming up as you exhale. And you do that in succession quickly. So it's, and it's actually with your mouth closed through your nose. So that was me exaggerating it. But so we're going to take a big inhale here. And then with an exhale, try to see if you can feel your belly sink in. Typically our chest will rock up and down while we're exhale, 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 exhale. And we'll do just a few more here. Talking and doing this is tricky. All right, go ahead and stop and take a big inhale. Roll your shoulders up and back. So it's funny because we don't really focus on the inhale on that particular breathing exercise, but we're inhaling in small doses in between each exhale. All right, let's try it once again. So placing our hands on our belly, take a big inhale, and we're going to try to do 20 exhales. So quick, rapid pace exhale. So and I think that's 20. Okay, go ahead and take a deep breath in. Something different to practice, breath of fire. And it sounds really intense too. So throughout tonight's class, take regular inhales. Don't exhale the whole time. That's something simply to get our muscles ready and get kind of the motion of a movement started. So with our feet out a little bit wider than hips distance, we're going to start by just reaching up our arms to the side, fingertips raising up to the sky. Inhale, lift your chin, and then exhale, we're going to do a slight yoga squat here. So this is called a moon squat. We're going to bring our arms down, chin into our chest, and almost we're squatting into a ball-like shape. And you decide how low or high your squat is. Inhale, stand up, reaching the hands out to the side. Once again, fingertips raised to the sky, chin up, and then exhale, once again, moon squat, they call it. So chin in, body in, we're forming a ball with our body, and then inhale, stand up, reach out. Hi there, welcome. And exhale. And we're starting out slow tonight, so take it with your own breath, inhaling and exhaling, reaching up. We're going to do about 4 more of these here. Inhale. If you're familiar with yoga, this might feel almost like a little bit of a modified cat-cow. So coming in, noticing you're bringing your chin to your chest and your upper body might be stretching up towards the sky. And inhale, when you reach up, if you lift your chin, you might feel a slight curve in your lower back. So just noticing that. There's no right or wrong way to do this. We're warming up our joints and warming up our bodies. All right, let's do 2 more wherever you're at. And let's end with our fingertips reaching up to the sky here. Beautiful. We're going to go ahead and reach over towards the left side to start with. So reaching both sets of fingers towards the left. Reaching out to the left, flattening our back and just reaching as far as we can. Down to our left ankle. And go ahead and reach towards the center, towards your mat underneath you. Reaching over to the right ankle. Keep breathing. Reaching up to the side, up to the top right corner, and all the way up to the sky again. And let's take that in one smooth motion. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, reaching down towards that left foot, towards the center, and inhaling it back up the right side. One more time. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale up. All right, opposite direction. So take it towards the right to start with this time. Reaching, exaggerating those movements. The farther you can reach is better. Without pain, of course. And then one more time towards the right. Big, smooth motion, paying attention to your breath and your body. All right, let's go ahead and drop our right hand, reaching just the left hand up towards the sky. Inhale here, and then reach it over your body. Back arm can go ahead and have a slight bend in it. You can rest your back, the back of your hand against your back. Inhale here, draw the shoulder back and look up at the sky. And inhale, switch arms. This time reaching the right arm over the top of your head. Always invite a little playful movement into anything. So, play with your shoulder, draw it back, play with your elbow, bend it a little bit more. See what feels good to your body today. And inhale, come up. Go ahead and switch arms one more time here. This time, while drawing the shoulder back, maybe spiral the pinky finger down towards the earth. Just seeing if that feels any bit different in your back and your side. Inhale, raise it up, and exhale. Reaching over, maybe playing with that pinky finger and really trying to reach the pinky finger towards the earth. And inhale, reach up. Awesome. Let's go ahead, both hands reaching up to the sky here, and then exhale, draw those arms behind you. If you can, go ahead and clasp those arms behind you, or if that's uncomfortable, rest your hands on the top of your hips. So we're going to take a deep inhale, looking up at the sky, and exhale, hinging at the hips, bringing our torso down to a flat back position. Inhale here, and exhale if you feel comfortable, going ahead and see if you can just let the top of your head fall towards the earth and fall towards the mat underneath you, while drawing your clasped hands away from your hips behind you. Keep breathing here. Also, you can bring some playful movements into this move, and just bend your right knee, bend your left knee, and let your body sway from side to side. Always bending, always moving, always finding that balance, and what feels comfortable to you. Unclasp the hands and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Awesome, and then just shake it out. We're going to step to the front of our mats to start with. I'm going to face my mat this way today. All right. At the front of our mats, let's take a big inhale and reach up towards the sky. And then as we exhale, palms facing forward, we're going to forward fold. So hinging at the hips. Feet are about hips width apart. Fingers are reaching down towards the mat underneath us. Bend your knees enough so that you can just let your arms and your head dangle towards the earth here in forward fold. Take a big inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, go ahead and draw your back up to that flat back position. Hands are at your thighs, halfway lift. Full breath here, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach out wide to the sides, and bring them up to the sky again. And we're going to do those same movements a little quicker. So exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lifting up the hands to the thighs, flat back, draw the shoulder blades together. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, arms out wide to the side. Raise those fingertips up to the sky. Stop here, take a full breath. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And one last time, arms out to the side, reach it wide, and bring those fingertips up to the sky. Looking good. Okay, let's bring some other movements into this series. So we're gonna inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time, exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees enough so that you can plant both palms in front of your feet. And then we're gonna step back with our right foot to start. So step back about 3/4 of the way so that your foot is still on your mat behind you. And we're gonna go ahead and drop that back right knee onto the mat. Top of the foot is pressing into the mat behind you. And we're gonna inhale, trying to find balance, lifting up through our fingers and coming into a low lunge position here. Looks good. Stay here for a breath. Inhale, exhale. Arms come down wide to the side, and then we're gonna pivot our body towards the right side of our mat. Noticing how our right arm is reaching towards the back, left fingertips are reaching towards the front of the mat technically. Inhale here, fingertips raise up. Exhale, drop the left hand to the mat while still holding those right fingers up to the sky. Slight twist in your lower back. Once again, drawing that shoulder back just a little bit and drawing your gaze up to the sky. And we're going to do one big arm circle here. So inhale, reaching up to the sky with the right fingertips. And exhale, bring those fingertips back, down, and around, and all the way back up. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, reach up. Big circle, all the way back and down. Awesome. Go ahead and inhale, lift the torso again. Arms are parallel to the earth. And then we're going to turn our torso and face it towards the front of our mat again. Great. Let's go ahead and inhale, fingertips come up. Exhale, this time right hand comes down to the inside of the left foot, and left fingertips reach up to the sky. hold it here, take a breath. And just like we did earlier, we're gonna reach up with an inhale and exhale, bring that arm back and down towards the mat, reaching it forward and back up. One more time, big arm circle on the left. All right, inhale here and exhale. Let's go ahead and bring that left hand down to the outside of the left foot. We're going to slowly walk our hands back towards our back knee. We're going to come into a half split position here, so this is a fun one. We're going to walk our hands back enough and straighten that front leg as we walk our fingertips back towards the back knee. As you straighten your front leg, lift those left toes off the mat and bring those left toes towards your face or towards your body. So you can always hold on to a block here if that gives you a little extra stability, or go ahead and press both hands into your upper thigh and lift your torso up just a little bit more. Sometimes that brings a little more stabilization. So with all these moves, activating the core, crunching our core just a little bit here also helps with stabilization. Inhale and exhale. Go ahead and set that foot down. Bring a bend back to that left knee and bring both hands to the inside of the left foot. All right. Left foot walks out to the side, towards the left side of your mat here. And then we're going to walk our hands, one hand print forward, and wiggle walk our foot to kind of match that same line with our fingertips. All right, and then we're going to bend through that left knee and sink our body down and forward, stretching into those hip flexors. Opening up through that groin area if you feel that. So here in lizard pose, we can hug that left knee in towards our body. We can stay here with our hands pushing into the mat, or come down to our forearms on a block or on the mat. Your choice, you can try it. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. And then if you want a little extra challenge for those people who go down to the forearms, tuck that back toe and lift that back leg off the mat here. Stay here in lizard pose for 2 more breaths. And exhale wherever you're at. Go ahead and come back to pressing your hands into the mat. Walk that left foot back in towards your body. And we're going to go ahead and lift up the left hand and bring it to the outside of the left foot again. All right. So for those of us who want a little extra challenge, and I'm going to challenge all of you tonight, we're going to tuck our back toes here and try to lift that back knee off the mat while pressing our hands into the mat on either side of our left foot. And then when you feel stable, we're going to see if we can inhale and reach up with our fingertips. Crescent lunge, okay, looking good. A little shaky for me too, I get it. Inhale here, and exhale, hands come down to the mat. Right knee comes down to the mat, and then we're going to take our left knee back and meet our right knee in tabletop position. So check your alignment here, wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips here, in a tabletop position. We're going to take a couple of cat-cow poses similar to what we did earlier while standing. We're going to inhale and draw our gaze up towards the sky and towards the top of the trees, bringing a slight curve, letting our abs and our belly kind of fall in towards the mat below us. And as we exhale, we're going to invert that same position into a cat pose. We're going to bring our chin into our chest, bring our upper back towards the sky, and really push down with our hands. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. We're flexing and extending the vertebrae in different ways. Bringing space, bringing movement. Feeling the entirety of our spine moving at one time. Exhale. All right, meet me in tabletop position once again. And we're going to go into those same movements that we did on the right side, but on the left side. So let's get there together. So let's hug our left knee underneath us. squeezing it in, almost crunching our core together so that we draw that left knee underneath us. And then step that left foot forward in between the right and left hands. Sometimes we gotta coax it and we gotta say, come on foot. So from here, we're pressing our right foot into the mat behind us. We're gonna inhale, reach up to the sky here. And I'm gonna realize that's the same foot that we did before, and we're gonna exhale and put our hands back onto the mat, find tabletop position. And then we're gonna hug our right leg underneath us, crunching that right knee underneath us, squeezing our core, and stepping the right foot forward this time. No, it's me. Right and left is hard up here for some reason. All right, so right foot is stepped forward. Go ahead and press the back of the left foot into the mat behind you, and inhale, raise the fingertips to the sky. All right, I got it now. Reaching up, let's take an exhale and bring our arms down to the side, parallel to the earth. And then we're gonna twist our body towards the left side of the mat. Inhale here, and exhale, take that right hand down towards the right ankle. Fingertips can reach down, or the whole palm can reach down into the mat. And left fingertips raise up towards the sky. As we did before, we're gonna inhale and take a big, wide circle with our arms here, but this time going forward. So inhale, reach it forward. Exhale, reach that those left fingertips down towards the mat and back. So a big, wide circle with our arms. One more time. Opening up through those shoulders, neck. Inhale here. And exhale, let's go ahead and lift our torso up. Arms are reaching forward and back again. And then we're gonna pivot our torso, face it forward. This time dropping the left hand down to the ground. And reach the right fingertips up towards the sky this time. Inhale, reach those fingertips up. And then big arm circle, reach it forward and down. Awesome. Fingertips are reaching up, and let's go ahead and ground down the right hand on the outside of that right foot, and we're going to slowly walk those fingertips back to come into that half split position again. So fingertips walk back towards that back knee. Hip sometimes can rest on the back heel, but the whole idea of what we really want to do is straighten out that front leg and bring the toes off the mat and towards our body. Once again, fingertips can push into the mat, or you can raise up and push your hands into your upper thigh. Lifting through the torso. I'm sweating good tonight. All right. Breathe through this one, because it sometimes can cause some discomfort. Feeling that whole hamstring stretch, knowing that the hamstring is just part of the whole system of muscles that keep us moving and walking every day. Inhale here, and exhale. Go ahead and bend through that right knee, set the sole of the foot down on the mat, and both hands come to the inside of the right foot. All right. Let's wiggle walk those toes forward, walk the hands, one hand print forward. And then you can also wiggle that right foot out to the edge of the mat, the right edge of your mat. Bring your hips forward and down, really sinking through that right knee, feeling the stretch through the hip flexors in this lizard pose. Loving the lizard. Come down to your forearms if that's what you choose tonight. Pop up that back foot and bring the knee off the mat if that's what you choose tonight for a little extra challenge. Or just stay here in lizard, pushing your hands down into the mat. That's cool too. Inhale here. Exhale. All right. And then inhale. Let's go ahead and walk that right foot back, or wiggle walk that right foot back and bring the knee underneath you, coming to that tabletop position once again that we were just at. And we're going to take our knees out wide to the side. We're going to send our hips back and down to rest on the heels of our feet. Coming into a child's pose position, we're going to reach forward with our hands and just let our body come towards the mat. Maybe our forehead is touching the mat underneath us. And really reach those fingertips out as far as you can in front of you. Taking a couple of full breaths here in child's pose. Inhale, noticing your breath rising and falling with your abdomen in between your thighs here. Inhale, lifting the hips off the heels, coming into that tabletop position once again. Take a drink if you need to, lots of sweat if you need to. I'm blotting sweat with my face mask. I'm not sure. I've got many uses today. St. Louis humidity feels great, guys. All right, let's go ahead and raise our bodies up to a standing position, but we're going to get there in a slow, graceful way. So meet me back in tabletop after your drink. And then we're going to tuck our toes behind us, spread our fingers wide underneath our shoulders here, really grip the mat with our fingertips. We're going to take a deep inhale, and then with an exhale, push down through your hands and lift your hips up and back into downward dog. If you're a little sweaty in the hands, you might feel your hands push sliding forward just a little bit. Definitely adjust them if you need to. And then we're going to bend through our right knee and bend through our left knee, just warming up those hamstrings a little bit more in downward dog. Let your head and neck hang loose here. Shake it yes, shake it no. All right. And then we're going to slowly walk, or if you want to hop your feet in between your right and left hands, up to you. I'm going to slowly walk up there. Come into a forward fold position, and then inhale, reach those arms out wide to the side as you slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. All right, arms come down to either side of your body. Take a moment here. We're going to stop in a mountain pose for a moment. Mountain pose, our feet are about shoulder width apart underneath us. Feeling the strength of grounding your feet into the mat below you. Feeling that strength from the earth rise up through your legs. Activating your core, really squeezing those core muscles. Lifting the shoulders up and rolling those shoulders back. And then facing the palms out in front of you. So palms are facing forward. Mountain pose is a pose of strength and stability. In this pose, take a moment to take a deep inhale, feeling your whole body as a strong unit. Feeling your breath on the edges of your nostrils as you inhale and exhale. And then with your next inhale, raising your fingertips to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift here, once again. Exhale, forward fold. Ground down the hands in front of your feet by bending your knees generously. Step back with your right foot about almost towards the edge of your mat behind you. And this time, instead of dropping your knees, we're going to try to find a high lunge. So we're going to inhale, pressing through the ball of the left foot, raise our fingertips to the sky, and really pressing down through that back heel. The back heel may not touch the mat behind you all the way yet. This is a crescent lunge, so our heel is typically popped off the mat behind us. Inhale here, and then exhale. Let's go ahead and pivot that back foot at a 45-degree angle. So now it's fully grounded behind us. We're pressing through the pinky edge of our right foot, the ball of our left foot. Our hips and our gaze is facing forward and fingertips are raised. Inhale here and exhale, take the fingertips down and back. Clasping the hands behind you if you can, or setting the hands on the hips. Inhale, draw the shoulders and the chin up towards the sky. And exhale, hinging at the hips. We're going to slowly bring our torso down towards that left thigh. Raising the hands up behind us. inhale here in this humble warrior position. And on your next inhale, slowly raise your body up to a standing position again. Unclasp the hands behind you. Inhale, fingertips come up again. Arms come down to your side, reaching out to the right and left, and we're going to pivot once again to face the right. Awesome. Here in this warrior 2 position, we're going to just check down and see what our feet are doing. Sometimes my feet get out of alignment, but think about if we would draw a line from the back of our left heel, it would typically intersect the heel of our right foot as well. So just see if you're on the same line. If not, adjust and see if that feels a little more stable. Bend that front knee at a right angle, a 90-degree angle, and activate that core by tucking just a little bit underneath you and crunching the abs a little bit more to help stabilize your position. All right, inhale in warrior 2, raise the fingertips up to the sky and straighten the front leg. Exhale, arms come down, fin comes back to the knee. Inhale, raise the fingertips up, straighten the front leg. Exhale, arms come down. Inhale, raise the fingertips to the sky, straighten the front leg. Stay here in that straight leg position. And arms come down to the side. Reach those left fingertips forward and down towards the mat. You can rest the back of your hand on your ankle, on your calf, on your inner thigh, whatever feels comfortable for you. And raise those right to the sky in triangle pose. Triangle pose is one of those poses, again, that you can play with and draw the shoulder back, bring a bend to the right arm and maybe touch your lower back here. Once again, just having fun with your body and feeling what feels comfortable and what does not feel comfortable for you. One more breath here in triangle pose. Now raising up, once again, to a standing position. Left fingertips are reaching forward, right fingertips are reaching back. Bring a bend into that front leg once again. Beautiful. And then we're going to go ahead and take a giant leap. So we're going to bend through that left knee a couple of times to build the momentum. And then we're going to step that right forward to meet the left foot at the top of the mat. Awesome. Take a break here, shake it out, take a drink if you need to. And we're going to do those same movements on the opposite side, which I might mess up and then I might have to start over again, but I'll try. All right, meet me back at the front of the mat here. We're gonna inhale, raise the fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold once again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees enough so that you can press your hands and your palms into the mat in front of your feet. And this time we're going to step back with our left foot here. So left foot towards the back of the mat. We're going to stabilize by pushing through the right ball of the foot and slowly inhale the fingertips up towards the sky. Coming through a high lunge, high crescent lunge here. Pressing down the ball of the back foot towards the earth, but it may not be touching all the way. Inhale, draw your gaze up towards the sky. And exhale, let's go ahead and set that back foot down at a 45-degree angle. So we're pressing through the pinky edge of our left foot now, the ball of our right foot, activating our core, and really lifting as much as we can through the fingertips. Inhale and exhale, bring the fingertips down and back. Hands clasped behind you. Inhale, draw the gaze up. And exhale, hinge at the hips, coming into a humble warrior pose. So clasped hands are reaching up and away from your hips. Maybe your chest and your abdomen are resting on your right thigh or resting to the inside of your thighs. Full breath here. And your next inhale, slowly hinge up, coming into a standing position again. Unclasp the hands. Inhale, fingertips raise up to the sky. And then we're going to go ahead and open up our arms to the left side. So bringing our right fingertips forward, left fingertips back. Hips are open to the left side of your mat, coming into a warrior two pose. So check that alignment once again. See what your feet are doing underneath you. If there would be a straight line coming from the right heel, would it be intersecting the left heel behind you? Inhale, draw the shoulders, the chin up. Draw the shoulder blades together behind you and arms come back just a little bit more. Full breath here, and then we're going to take an inhale, reach up with your fingers to the sky, straighten out the front leg. Exhale, bend comes back into that knee and arms come down. We'll do this 3 times. On the 4th time, raise those fingertips to the sky and keep that front leg straight. Right hand comes down towards that right ankle. Maybe your fingertips can push into the mat below you, or maybe you rest the back of your hand on your calf, inner of your knee. Whatever you can do to just kind of balance that arm. Lift the left fingertips towards the sky here. And think about if there was a straight line from your right fingertips all the way to your left fingertips. Creating straight lines. And then also diagonal lines, feeling that stretch from the pinky edge of your back foot all the way to the top of your head. One more breath in triangle pose, and inhale, raise the arms up, parallel with your bend comes back into that front knee. We're going to bend into that right knee a couple of times to build the momentum, and then step that left foot up to meet the right at the front of the mat. All right. You guys are good. You're pros. I'm teaching beginner lessons, but you could go advanced over here. We're going to do a couple of balance poses before we go down to the mat and do some different stretches on our mat tonight. So one of my favorite balance poses in the park definitely is tree pose. So we're going to pay attention to where our feet are, and we're going to put them about hips width apart underneath us. With any balance poses, we really want to dig our toes into the mat underneath us to just give us a little more grip, a little more hold, basically. And then with tree pose, our arms can be out or resting on our side. We're going to pop up our left toes to our tippy toes. And I'll take you in steps here. So stay here if this is what you want to do tonight, or go ahead and bring that left heel and place it right above your right ankle. Knee comes out to the side. Almost like a kickstand, a little bit. And then if you want to take it a little further, we're going to go ahead and draw the sole of that foot and press it into the calf of our left foot. We're creating tension, so we're pressing our leg, our calf muscle into our foot as much as we're pressing our foot into our calf muscle. Once again, arms can either be out to the side or on your hips here. And then if you want to take it one step further, go ahead and reach down, draw up with the ankle, draw up the sole of your foot to your inner thigh. You may have to reset, fall a couple of times, reset, that's okay. And just be careful not to push the sole of your foot into your knee. That's one thing I just like to make sure people aren't doing. We don't want to push out a knee. All right, arms come to the side. Make sure that right knee is reaching out to the side as well. Find a blade of grass in front of you and just focus on that blade of grass, the clover, a leaf, whatever you see in front of you. While still staring at that blade of grass, inhale and lift up the fingertips to the sky. If you're struggling with this tonight, don't be hard on yourself, it's okay. And maybe we're going to take our hands and come to a prayer position above our head, and then bring that prayer position down towards our heart. So prayer hands in front of our heart here. Inhale and exhale, shake it all out. So focus. All right, let's try that on the other side. So feet hip width apart. Arms are either on your hips or out to the side. Come to the tippy toe of your right foot. Go ahead and take that right heel into the right above the left ankle. Knee comes out to the side. Step one. Inhale, draw the sole of the foot up to the calf if that's what you want to choose tonight. So step two. Maybe finding that blade of grass in front of you once again to focus on. And if you want to take it to step three, go ahead and reach reach down and grab that ankle and draw the sole of the foot up to the inner thigh. Inner thigh pressing against the sole of the foot as much as the foot is pressing against the thigh. Breathe, reset as many times as necessary. It's okay if your balance isn't perfect tonight. Raise those fingertips up towards the sky. Hands come into a prayer position above your head. And then slowly exhaling those hands down to a prayer position at your heart. Taking one last breath, being grateful for all the balance that your body creates. And if it's causing you frustration, being grateful that you can still try. And then shake it all out. All right, one more balance pose before we come down to our mat. And this balance pose is going to be in steps as well. This is dancer pose, so it's one of my, I like this one quite a bit. So it starts with the typical quad stretch that we all did in gym class. So we're going to start once again, feet about hip width apart. And we're going to go ahead and bend our left knee and grab the top of our left foot, just like a quad stretch. So I'm going to have to reset, take my left arm, or right arm out to the side, bend my left knee, holding on. This is easier with a wall. Inhale here. Once again, finding maybe something to just stare at in front of you. A blade of grass, something. So this is step one. Stay here if you want to, or if you want to take it to step two. We're going to reach that right hand forward. And we're going to take that left knee back behind us while reaching forward with that right hand. So we're kind of lifting that left knee back and up behind us. At step two, reset as many times as you need. Breathe or boycott, whatever you choose. And if you want to take it one step further, we're going to go ahead and lean as far as we can forward and see if we can lift that back knee up to an invisible back wall behind us. Mine is not quite there and I need to reset. Dancer pose. You guys look beautiful. Inhale and exhale, take it out. Quad stretch, back stretch, arm stretch, all those things are stretching. All right, let's take it on the opposite side. So feet underneath us. We're going to come up and go ahead and bend our right knee and grab the top of our right foot behind us. Left arm comes out for balance. Quad stretch. Stay here in step one if you want to. Or step two, reach those left fingertips forward and reach the back knee down and up behind you. We're holding the top of the back right foot, and the back right foot is pressing into our hand as well to help make that happen. Stay here in step two, or if you really want to go to step three, really try to reach as far forward as you can, lifting that back knee up to an invisible wall behind us. And exhale it all down. Dancers! Awesome. Let's go ahead and take a seat on our mat in the middle somewhere. All right. We're going to cross our legs in front of us here. And let's take an inhale and really straighten out our back by thinking about lifting up the top of our head towards the sky, creating a straight line from the top of our head all the way to the base of our spine. Inhale here and exhale, we're going to walk our hands forward. My hands are coming off the mat into the grass a little bit. We're going to walk our hands forward as much as we can here. And we're going to walk our hands off to the right side of our mat. Slowly letting that stretch come down through the left side of our body as we let our head and neck just relax and maybe be braced in between our arms. Inhale. Exhale, walk your hands through the center and off to the left side this time. Feeling that stretch down the opposite side of the body. Inhale, walking it through the center once again. Exhale here and then walk your hands all the way back to your body. We're going to take our arms up with an inhale Keep our left fingertips raising towards the sky, and we're going to go ahead and bring our right hand down behind our right hip or our right glute. Inhale here. Let's go ahead and bring the left hand down to the right knee. Coming into a seated twist position, our gaze is going behind us, past that right shoulder. Once again, we're thinking about drawing the top of our head up to the sky, keeping that spine as straight as possible, and really twisting through our lower backs, not cranking our necks too much. Inhale here, and exhale, face it forward. Once again, fingertips raise up. One more inhale. Exhale, leave the right fingertips reaching up to the sky. Left hand comes down and back behind that left hip. Reach up through those right fingertips and drop the right hand to the left knee this time. Draw the gaze over the left shoulder and behind you. Checking out other people in the class, noticing we're not alone. Checking out the beautiful park and environment that we're in tonight. Despite its humidity, it's still beautiful. Inhale here, raise the fingertips up to the sky. And exhale, we're going to go ahead and let our hands rest on our knees. Let's go ahead and bring the soles of our foot up. We're going to bend our knees and press our feet into the mat this time. So we're going to uncross our legs and just keep them bent in front of us here. We're going to do a couple of core exercises before we come to the final Shavasana pose tonight. So boat pose is one of my favorite core exercises. So we're going to, in this position, inhale and just reach our fingertips forward. And then exhale, lean back at about a 45-degree angle, almost like you're sitting in one of those Adirondack chairs. Inhale here and exhale, just lift the right knee off the mat. Inhale and exhale, lift the left knee off the mat. Trying to find that balance point, and sometimes it takes a couple of tries to find that. Inhale, finding that balance point, feeling the strength, and exhale, see if you can push those heels and straighten out, push those heels forward and straighten out the legs in front of you. You can always add your hands behind your thighs for support, or keep those fingertips reaching forward. Inhale, feel the shaky leg. And exhale, soles of your foot down on the mat. Okay. Did you feel that? All right, let's try that again. Inhale, raise the fingertips forward. Exhale, lean back at a 45-degree angle. This time we're going to just add a little twist before we lift anything. So we're going to keep those fingertips almost like we're holding a ball in front of us. And we're going to just twist them off to the right side. Reach them forward and twist them off to the left side. Forward, exhale, right. Inhale forward and exhale left. All right, inhale forward, reach those fingertips, holding onto that ball, we're leaning back. We're gonna lift our right knee off the mat with an inhale. Inhale the left knee off the mat, exhale. And if you so choose, straighten those legs out in front of you. Holding onto the back of the thighs for support, reaching the fingertips forward, whatever feels comfortable to you. Getting crazy and scissoring your legs if you so choose tonight. Ah! Okay, I see a couple of you crazies. All right, I like you. All right, set the soles of the feet down on the mat. All right, let's come into a bridge pose. So what we're going to do is we're going to look behind us and make sure that if we lay on our backs, that our head will still be on the mat behind us. So position yourself accordingly. And then we're going to come down to our forearms and then slowly come down to our backs. All right, knees are bent in front of you. Let's walk our heels back. The heels are almost touching our glutes, basically. We're going to go ahead and reach our arms down to the side of our body and see if we can almost touch our fingertips to our heels. If not, that's okay, but that's what we're reaching for. We're going to press our palms into the mat on either side of us. And with bridge pose, we're going to really press down through the soles of our feet, And we're going to inhale, raise our hips towards the sky, creating a bridge underneath us between our back and the mat. If we had a cat would probably walk under there. Make sure that you are putting the weight on your shoulder blades as you lift up and not your neck and your head. Exhale, slowly bring your hips down to the mat below you. And we're going to try that again. So same bridge pose, walk the heels in towards your glutes. Reach the fingertips down towards your heels. Press down with your hands. Press down with the soles of your feet. And inhale, lift up with your hips towards the sky, creating a bridge underneath you. Your weight is distributed not only between your feet, but also on your shoulder blades behind you. If you want a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can walk your hands in and clasp your hands underneath you so that your weight is almost on the edges of your arms when you do that. Once again, if this causes any discomfort, don't do it. Keep breathing here, and then slowly exhale the hips down to the ground. We're going to do bridge one last time, and we're going to add one more little extra challenge in there. So, same position, heels reaching towards glute, palms pushing down. Inhale, hips raise off the mat. Hands can reach. You can walk your arms in and clasp your hands underneath your back if that feels comfortable. And then the extra challenge is, if you can, lift just maybe your right foot off the mat and point your right toes up towards the ceiling, which is also called the sky when we're outside. Inhale here, exhale, set the right foot down. Still in bridge pose and breathing, lift the left toes off the mat and raise them up towards the sky. If you want to keep playing with that, you can inhale, raise the right toes. Exhale, raise the left toes. And inhale, exhale, release it all down to the mat. All right. Two more poses here before we go to Shavasana. We don't do Happy Baby quite enough in this class, and it's one of my favorites. If you're not familiar with Happy Baby, go ahead and we're going to take the soles of our feet and we're going to press the soles of our feet together. And we're going to inhale and lift our feet off the mat, grabbing for our ankles. I know people are like, what is she talking about? Sorry about that. Looking good. So we can stay here in this pose with our soles of our feet facing together, toes are raising up towards the sky. Or if you want to go into the full Happy Baby position, we can grab the edges of our feet or wrap our index fingers around our big toes. Inhale and then exhale, open up our legs in a V position. So one of those ones that we don't typically want people to look at us while we do, but it feels really good, and babies are so good at this. So in Happy Baby, I typically rock back and forth from side to side, right side to left side, giving myself a slight back massage. If you can, just have this awareness of this moment of how weird it is to stick our glutes in the air and our legs in the air in the middle of the park. Just kind of giggle about that. We're here doing it together. It's not weird. Inhale here and exhale. Take the feet down to the mat. All right. Last pose before we go into Shavasana. So let's hug our knees in towards our body, wrapping our arms around the top of our knees, maybe bringing our nose up to our knees to really create kind of a whole ball with our body. Feeling like one tight unit of muscle. And then exhale, go ahead and set the soles of the feet down on the mat. The last pose that we're going to do is we're going to inhale, lifting our knees into our body. We're going to take the palms of our hands and press them down into the mat, just like we did with bridge. And exhale, push our heels, our soles of our feet up towards the sky. So we're straightening out our legs vertically, pressing the soles of our feet up towards the sky. If you need ahead and grab the back of your thighs for support if that feels a little bit better. And if you want to try something a little extra, push your hands down into the mat and see if you can lift your glutes off the mat while pressing your toes up a little bit further to the sky. Good. Once again, it's extra. You can rock back and forth, lifting your toes towards the back of your mat. Hold. And just feeling that motion if that's what you choose tonight. Or just holding the back of your thighs and letting your feet reach up towards the sky. Your choice. Wherever you're at, go ahead and exhale. Legs come slow and controlled down to your mat. And we're getting ready to fall into our Shavasana pose. So Shavasana will be about 5 minutes tonight. So once again, finding a comfortable position on your mat, noticing if your head is in the grass. Just go ahead and adjust your body here. I typically start with my toes and just really pay attention to letting them relax and splay out to the side. Being aware of where my calves meet the mat underneath me. Being aware of where my thighs and my glutes meet the mat underneath me. Noticing my shoulder blades and maybe walking my shoulder blades and my shoulders away from my ears just a little bit more. And then also paying attention if there's any tension left in your jaws or clenching your teeth, go ahead and release that. If there's any tension in between your eyebrows and on your face, go ahead and just consciously think about relaxing that. For these last 5 minutes of Shavasana, I encourage you to try to just focus on the breath. Let all those great movements that we just did sink into the muscles. Just take a few minutes for yourself to just be present in the entirety, into the wholeness of your body, and just bringing new oxygen in. I'm going to go ahead and sit up and make sure the space is safe for everybody while they're lying down. I will let you know at the end of 5 minutes when we can start meeting back together. Noticing that it's hard to settle the mind tonight, just notice it and accept it. It's okay. It is hard in our world to just find peace sometimes. Take a deep breath in wherever you're at. And exhale, pushing out as much carbon dioxide and as much breath as you can. With your next inhale, inhale and reach the fingertips up and behind you, stretching from the fingertips to your pointed toes and making the whole body as long as it can be. And on your inhale, go ahead and rock off to the right side or left side of your body, rolling to the right or the left. And then slowly making your way up to the seated. One last quote tonight that I'm going to share with you. With motorcycles in my background. The quote is, "You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop." And that's a quote by Rumi, who's a pretty cool person who has beautiful poetry if you ever want to look him up. So I want to say to everybody tonight, thank you for practicing in this interesting time in our world, coming out to practice in the park with me, a little stretching, a little warming up and moving our bodies. I appreciate seeing each and every one of you here. From my heart to yours, I appreciate the strength, determination, and the willingness to try new things. Thank you so much, and namaste.